What the heck happened to the market? In the past 60 days, the market has gone from multiple offers in 1 to 2 days with sale prices 5 to 10% above asking price to being on the market for 2 to 3 weeks or more and having to lower their list price. This has many people wondering exactly that. Hi, this is Wade Perry of the Perry Properties Group of Lex Denver, and it is a privilege to bring you a brief answer to this question. Even though this topic could take hours to properly address, I will make this as brief and concise as possible in a few minutes. We experienced a strong real estate market from January 09 until June of 20. Artificially low interest rates helped millions of buyers buy their first home or afford their move-up home. Such increasing demand led to a persistent low number of homes available for sale. Steadily increasing demand, combined with a steadily declining supply, led to a strong and prolonged housing market. 3 months after COVID began, the market went from strong to supersonic. Mortgage rates fell into the upper 2% range and stayed at or below 3% for the next 18 months through the end of 21. During the peak months of COVID, unemployment spiked due to non-essential workers being laid off, and the government distributed trillions, yes, trillions of dollars into American households to help support the economy. While households on the lower end of the economic spectrum were trying to put food on the table, those on the higher end were rethinking what they needed in a home in the COVID-induced work from home, school from home, work out at home era. This combination of really low rates and really high demand drove the average home price in the greater Denver market up 47% from April of 20 to April of 22. For many homeowners, this was like Christmas every day and New Year's every night. For many home buyers, especially the first-timers, this was a nightmare. As previously mentioned, the government pumped trillions of dollars into U.S. households. Millions of households desperately needed these funds. Millions of others who were not in need were able to save a lot of money during a period where going out to eat, travel, and other discretionary spending screeched to a halt. With many households flush with more cash than at any other time in history, the foundation for skyrocketing inflation was in place. Let's keep the word inflation in perspective. Mild inflation is a sign of a healthy economy. Runaway inflation, as many are experiencing, can be very painful at the gas station, the grocery store, etc. A simple definition of runaway inflation could be too many dollars chasing too few goods. U.S. households had more dollars than ever before in the midst of a supply chain crisis, hence runaway inflation. With this as backdrop, let's look at what has happened in the past 2 months. With the economy going from strong to supersonic and inflation reaching runaway levels, the Federal Reserve was forced to raise interest rates to cool off the red-hot demand for goods and services in our economy. Even though the Fed does not set mortgage rates, they are loosely correlated. The subsequent rise in mortgage rates from the mid-3% range to the high 5% range during the first half of 22 is the steepest increase in history. Many buyers, especially first-timers, learned they could no longer afford to buy in their desired price point and either remained in their existing homes or remained a renter. This effectively removed a lot of buyers, also known as demand, from the buyer pool. In addition, we were confronted with a barrage of unsettling developments around the world which created a heightened feeling of uncertainty. The war in Ukraine, China remaining in lockdown, keeping the supply chain issues in place, and a stock market down over 20% in the first half of the year, all prompted many buyers to remain on the sidelines. People might buy a car if they need one during times of great uncertainty, but making one of the largest and most significant purchases of their lives will likely have to wait until the dust settles and the outlook is more clear. All of this has led to properties remaining on the market longer, resulting in an increase in homes available for sale, also known as supply. This increased competition has led many sellers to lower their list prices. Now let's keep this in perspective. Do you remember your last long-distance road trip? Remember what it felt like when you were driving the speed limit at 70 miles per hour? Then all of a sudden you come to a small town and within a half a mile, the speed limit dropped to 35 and you swore you could walk it faster? That is exactly what has happened with our market, and we are actually moving towards a more normal market. So what does all this mean for buyers and sellers going forward? Sellers, you will be glad to know the market still favors you, the seller. It is just not going to look or feel anything like the past 2 years. Making sure that your property is in great condition, pinpoint accuracy on pricing, customized marketing plans, and hiring a real estate team who has survived and thrived through the very different and sometimes difficult market conditions of the past 15 years will be a prudent course of action. And for all you buyers who feel like you went 15 rounds with Mike Tyson over the last 2 years, you have a window of opportunity. With many, many buyers stepping to the sidelines and having the most homes available in nearly 3 years, now is the time to be in the market. But wait, you said the market is slowing. Yes, but do not confuse market deceleration with market depreciation. We still have more demand than supply. Home prices will be higher a year from now. But wait, what about the high mortgage rates? Yes, rates have risen sharply this year. However, in the next 6 to 18 months, we will see lower rates, and you will have the opportunity to refinance to a lower rate. In summary, prices will continue to rise for years to come, and even though rates have risen sharply, there will be a day of lower rates in the future. As I said in the beginning, this topic could take hours to properly address, and I've done my best to keep it concise and on point. If you would like to dig deeper into any aspect of this, or if you have any other questions about our market, please reach out to me. It would be a pleasure to listen to you and to help you. It's a great life.